Hey, there, did you hear about the new show that's coming on TV?
Oh, what show?
It's called Treadmilling with the Stars. They take celebrities, put them on a treadmill, and then televise the results.
Huh, that sounds pretty wild. Who are some of the celebrities?
Well, there's Chia Pet Shepherd from The Bachelor, Daisy Duke from The Ranch, and Bruce Willis from Die Hard.
Wow, that's a pretty impressive lineup. How does it work exactly?
Well, the show's host Eggert Coxman gives the celebrities some instructions and then sets them off. Then they have to get to certain checkpoints on the treadmill by running on it, walking, and even doing a handstand occasionally.
That's ridiculous. How in the world do they manage that?
I don't know. It's like watching a workout routine with a bit of a twist. Each celebrity has to keep up the pace to stay in the competition. Plus they get to dodge obstacles along the way, like rotating staircases and jumping hurdles.
That sounds like a real challenge. So what happens if someone falls off the treadmill?
Then they're out of the competition. But there's also a surprise at the end where the last celebrity standing gets an extra prize.
Whoa, that sounds intense. How do I watch it?
It airs on Tuesdays at 8 p.m. So be sure to tune in, 'cause it's sure to be a roller coaster ride of laughs and surprises. Hey, did you hear they're bringing back Nickelodeon game shows?
Oh wow. That's so awesome. I always wanted to be a contestant on Double Dare.
Yeah, tell me about it. I bet getting slimed on national television would have been the highlight of my life.
Ha, you and slimed? Now that's funny. I was actually starting to think about what sort of games I'd make up for the show.
Like what?
Well, imagine a game where you have to pass a giant Oreo from your forehead to your chin without using your hands.
Oh, that sounds like a fun challenge.
Or, how about a competition where two teams have to stack pizzas on their heads and the first one to collapse loses?
Now that's just getting silly.
I know, right? Maybe you'd call it the pizza challenge.
Yeah, I like it.
Yeah! Or, maybe a game that requires you to answer questions from a giant fly swatter.
That's ridiculous. But funny.
Okay, how about a game where you pick one box and create a character out of it?
Wow, that sounds like it could get really creative.
Or, how about a game where you have to fill in the blank in a sentence by eating a donut?
What? That sounds like something you'd see on a kids' show. Hey, did you hear about the teacher who crossed the road?
No, what happened?
She got arrested for truancy. Hey, there. How's it going?
Not bad. Been doing anything interesting lately?
Do you consider learning the art of macrame interesting? I've been making all kinds of crazy things out of string. I'm basically like the macrame messiah.
That's unique. What kind of projects are you working on?
Pretty much anything I can dream up. I just created a macrame masterpiece of a pet llama that I'm particularly proud of. It required a lot of wool, but it was worth it.
Well, that is certainly a crafty accomplishment. What's next on your macrame agenda?
I'm considering tackling the epic art of macrame sushi. Just the thought of making an intricately designed plate of macrame sushi rolls is enough to make me hungry.
That sounds amazing. And pretty ambitious too.
You're right. I'm going to need to find some high-quality string and a few brave sushi chefs to help me bring this concept to life.
Count me in. I'd love to see how this turns out.
You got it. Once I'm ready to start, I'll give you a call.
Sounds great. Can't wait to see how it goes.
Hey, what's new?
Well, I think I'm getting close to finding true love, but it's not with a person.
Oh, really? What is it?
A pineapple.
A pineapple? That's intriguing. What is so special about it?
Well, it's got a great personality but doesn't talk back. And it stands out amongst the other fruits. Plus, I think it's really sweet.
I see. What made you settle on a pineapple then?
It's hard to explain, but I guess it just felt right. There were no other fruits that compared to it in terms of style and flavor.
So, do you think this is the one?
Only time will tell. But I'm willing to take the risk and make a commitment. I mean, pineapples don't come around that often, you know.
Very true. I'm sure your pineapple will prove to be worth the wait. Have you thought of any potential names for your new love?
Let's see, something fun, exotic and unique. Piney McPineapple. Fruiticus maximus. Pinarella.
Those are pretty good. I like Fruiticus maximus the best.
Yeah, I think I'll go with that. In fact, I'm going to send Fruiticus a card to celebrate our newfound relationship. I'm sure he'll love it.
It's so weird how I always find myself in reality TV show situations whenever I'm with you.
Yeah, I know. It's like the universe is trying to tell us something.
Maybe it's telling us to just embrace the drama.
I believe that. I feel like we could make a whole sitcom out of our life together.
I'm already picturing the theme song, complete with clapping and wacky saxophones.
And the title should definitely be Pop-Tart Adventures.
Ah, perfect. Like when we went on that crazy karaoke night last week and you got up on stage and sang an acoustic rendition of 90s boy band hits.
Or when we got lost in the food court for 2 hours and got kicked out for selling tamales.
Yeah, those were some wild Pop-Tart adventures.
Okay, so we got our theme song and title, now all we need is the cast.
We can get cameos from all of our quirky friends. Like our buddy who always wears 2 different colored shoes.
Or our neighbor who goes to bed listening to classical music and wakes up to heavy metal.
Yeah, and people will love the recycled Walmart cardboard furniture in our dorm room.
Absolutely. It'll really capture the lived-in feeling.
And maybe we can even have a reoccurring character like an alien who crashes onto our roof and hangs out with us.
That's brilliant. Let's make it happen.
Yes, let's get to work. By the way, did I remember to tell you yet? I'm in a reality TV show situation again.
What? You're like a reality TV show magnet. What's going on this time?
Hey, there. Did you hear the news?
No, what news?
It's outrageous. Apparently, the government just passed a law that all cats must be required to wear parachutes.
What? That's absurd. Why on earth would they make such a ridiculous law?
Ha! Who knows? Clearly these politicians are living in a petri dish.
But how will cats wear parachutes? It's not like they can put them on themselves.
That's the part that is truly confounding. The government has refused to provide a clear answer. In response, cat owners have vowed to take the issue to court on the grounds of feline discrimination.
This whole thing is ridiculous.
I know, right? But I'm still waiting for the best part. Apparently, the cats have a revolutionary plan. They're going to organize a protest march.
That sounds perfectly ridiculous.
You've got that right. I can just imagine masses of cats sporting parachutes, marching up and down the streets. It would look like a cross between a circus and a zoo.
Ha ha ha, I just picture them meowing in unison for their rights.
Well, we might just get to see that sight. Apparently, cats have sent out an invitation to all of their animal friends to join them for the march. It looks like beavers, squirrels, and even a few birds will be showing up.
Wow! It'll be quite a sight.
You can bet on it. And, I heard even the fish are joining in by swimming in their own protest parade. Can't wait to see the headlines tomorrow.
Haha, that'll be newsworthy indeed.
Hey, did you hear about the rule they made in the town square?
Nope, what kind of rule?
Well, it's so funny. Apparently, any animals found entering the square must come with their own pet sitter. Who knows why?
Wow, that is weird.
I know, right? But even weirder is what you have to do if you want to get around it.
What do you mean, get around it?
Well, if an animal has a pet sitter, they have to prove it's qualified to do the job by passing a written test. Can you believe it?
That's insane. How can you expect animals to take a test?
Exactly. I mean, it's sort of like asking humans to take a test to qualify as an animal's pet sitter. That would be like some kind of written proficiency exam.
Ha, that does sound pretty ridiculous.
I know, but it seems like this is just how things work in the town square. They even offer classes for animals to get prepared for the pet sitter test.
Ah yes, I can just imagine an owl teaching a mouse how to take the exam.
That would be a sight. Or maybe an elephant coaching a hamster on arithmetic questions.
Oh man, that would be a wild ride.
Or maybe a wild boar teaching a squirrel the rules of proper pet etiquette. I guess you can say anything is possible in the town square.
Sounds like this place is quite the zoo. Not really, no. That sounds a bit too out there for me. I'm more of a practical person. What were you thinking of?
Well, I was picturing a world where cats can talk, superheroes have their own theme parks, and time travel is available to everyone for the low price of 79.99 euros.
That's definitely a bit too crazy for me, but I suppose it would be a fun place to hang out.
Absolutely. We'd be eating Brussels sprouts rainbows and drinking liquid gold from our giant diamond goblets. Plus, we can ride the magical teleporter through different galaxies and visit all sorts of strange new places.
Wow, what a wild experience that would be. But how would we come back?
Easy. You just need to follow the yellow brick road back and then you'll be home safe in no time.
Okay, that sounds much less complicated than the traditional methods of transportation. So what would be the speed limit on the roads made of stars?
Oh, pretty much whatever you want. As long as you keep to the cosmic speed limit, there's no need to worry about tickets from alien traffic cops.
That does sound like a nice place to visit. I guess all I need to do is find a way to get a hold of one of those magic teleporters.
Don't worry, I'll send you one in the mail. Just tune in to channel 34.8 every Saturday night and you'll be able to pick it up.
Aha, I should have known nothing is free in this universe. Alright, I'll be sure to tune in and pick up my teleporter. Thanks for the heads up.
Have you heard about the new extreme sport combining figure skating and skydiving?
That sounds like something I would love to do, but unfortunately I'm pretty terrified of heights.
Don't worry, they invented a special invention to make it safer. It's called the Sky Skater. Combine the words sky and skater together, get it?
Haha, yeah, I get it. So what exactly is it?
It's a platform that hangs from a helium balloon that hovers at the perfect height for figure skating.
Wow, that sounds amazing. I'm definitely interested in giving it a go.
Oh, you'll be in for a real treat. It's quite the experience. You strap on the skates and ascend to the floating platform, then you get to perform your figure skating routine while the balloon transports you across the sky in glorious fashion.
That doesn't sound nearly as intimidating as diving out of an airplane at 10,000 feet.
Right? You can enjoy skydiving without the worry of dealing with heights. And if you perform well, you can even earn bonus points for a higher score. They even added a fourth judge component specifically for skiskating.
Wow, that sounds fun. What do they judge you on?
Well, they consider grace, agility, air jumps, and of course, how well you can harmonize with the sound of the whistling wind.
Now that's something you don't hear every day.
No, you don't. I can't wait to see you out on the Sky Skater, conquering your fear of heights and harnessing the power of flight.
I'm definitely excited to try it out.
Hey, did you hear about the opera singer who became a boxer?
Yeah, I heard he's already won the heavyweight championship.
That's incredible. Although thinking about it, it probably isn't too hard since everybody in the audience was required to hum the national anthem together. Yeah, I did, and I'm dying to taste it. I heard that the burgers and hot dogs have a unique flavor because the polar bear uses a blend of Arctic herbs to give them an extra kick.
That sounds delicious. Plus, I heard they even offer condiments made from melted icebergs.
Yes. And get this, the ice cream shakes have such small pieces of ice that they have to be split between 2 cups.
Wow, I have to go there one day. I'm sure the atmosphere is incredible too, since all the seats are made from the fur of actual polar bears.
Of course. Plus, the tables are made from chunks of ice that you can use to cool off your beverage. Hey, pal, did you hear about the new movie about the potato?
No way, I didn't even know a potato could act.
I know. It's ridiculous. Apparently, the director said his only direction to the potato was to stay in character, and then voila.
Potato amazing.
Ha! Yeah. It's actually gotten quite a bit of buzz in the entertainment industry. They're calling it a fruity tater.
That's hilarious. He's obviously making a pun on Fruit of the Loom.
Exactly. And get this, some of the reviews I've read say that the potato is by far the best actor in the entire film.
Wow. That is impressive.
It certainly is. Some film journalists are calling it the Spud seen around the world.
Haha, that's great. Any other details that you've heard?
Well, I heard this film is still in the editing process and that the director is having trouble figuring out what to include and what to spud.
Cut the potatoes.
Ha! Yeah, I guess so. He's also reportedly trying to figure out which funny bits to mash and which ones to fry. Hey, have you heard about the new sport the government is introducing?
No, what sport?
It's called taxing, a combination of golf and tennis. You have to hit a golf ball and then return it to the court with a tennis racket.
That sounds absurd. Who would actually play something like that?
Well, it's perfect for accountants. After all, it involves hitting a target and having to do a lot of paperwork.
Haha, that's definitely funny. But you don't actually think people would want something like this?
Absolutely. It's a great way to promote fiscal responsibility. Plus, they say it's really addicting once you get the hang of it.
You're right, that's kinda genius. But I'm still not sure if it's going to be as popular as traditional sports.
I mean, you never know. It could be the next big thing. They say with the right marketing it has potential to become a worldwide sensation.
I wouldn't mind trying it. How do you sign up?
It's actually pretty easy. All you have to do is find your local taxing club and sign up for a membership.
Interesting. Are there any rules or regulations I should be aware of?
Yes, the rules are pretty strict. You're only allowed to use one golf ball and one tennis racket per match, and you have to make sure your paperwork is up to date. Wow, the coffee shop ran out of muffins. I can't believe it.
You'd think they'd be smarter and order more. What do you want to do now?
Well, I'm feeling a little adventurous. How about we try skydiving in a giant bowl of ramen?
You mean take leaps and bounds over noodles? I'm not so sure I'm up for it.
It's going to be a real brotherhood experience.
I thought that pun was a dead noodle.
Oh, I'm sure we'll make some new broth friends if we survive the noodles.
Haha, that may actually be worth the risk. What do you think the chances of us making it out unscathed are?
Well, the odds are very evenly split. On the one hand, all the deliciousness around us may cause us to stay, but on the other, the scalding temperatures could give us third-degree burns faster than you can say ramen.
Wow, that's quite a dilemma. You really put me in a stew.
I guess it'll be a day to remember if we make it out alive. I just hope we don't end up all boiled up. Have you heard the new laws that passed in the state legislature this week?
I don't pay attention to those kinds of things, but wouldn't it be great if we had a law that said you couldn't work on Mondays?
Ahaha, that would be great. We could finally turn Mondays into the new weekend.
I'm sure it would take some adapting, but living life one day at a time, no responsibilities on Mondays.
Yeah, every day would feel like a vacation. We'd get to sleep until noon and still have plenty of time to get work done.
But that begs the question, what if one day a week wasn't enough?
Then we'll just have to double up and turn Thursdays into the new Monday, completely erasing the work week.
We can call it Thursday evenings afternoon day, and it will last from noon until midnight.
Sounds like a plan. We better tell the legislature to make it law quick, before someone else gets the idea first.
We'll need to make sure that it's a public holiday, with fireworks and parades to celebrate the weekendification of the work week.
Too true. Although I think since it's Thursday, it should be called Thursdayfire. Get it? Thursdayfire?
Laughs sounds like a good plan to me. Let's take it to the polls.
Hey, do you know what they say about the nearest star to our sun?
Ah, what? Is it an astronomical urban legend or something?
Well, apparently it's a hilarious joke among astronomers that Proxima Centauri is none other than Florida Man's long-lost twin brother.
Laughs hysterically, that's ridiculous. Florida Man's twin brother in space?
I know, right? The story goes that Florida Man was so embarrassed at all of his misadventures that he faked his own death and made his way up to the heavens.
That's an outrageous story, but it would explain why so many of Florida Man's media appearances have been covered with a giant question mark.
Yep, they say that the question marks were to cover up Proxima Centauri's identity, who has been living a peaceful life of interstellar exploration.
The only problem is, Proxima Centauri still has an affinity for getting into trouble.
Funny enough, they say that he's been catching asteroids as if they were Pokemon, and he's made it a habit of entering intergalactic drag car races and prank calling planets in other solar systems.
Oh my goodness! I can just imagine Florida Man shaking his head in dismay over his brother.
Guffaws, yes, it's rather true funny, but have you ever heard why astronomers have split opinions on who's a cooler character?
Nope, tell me.
On the one hand, some swear that Florida Man is the original, iconic hero. But on the other hand, there are others who think that Proxima Centauri is way cooler, because he's Florida Man in space. Hey, there, my friend. Let's talk about the best way to protect ourselves from wildfires.
But wait, what's the point if we are the ones causing them?
Good point. We might not just be the ones causing them. Maybe the universe is trying to tell us something. Yeah, like burning fossil fuels to send smoke signals with global warming. Ha! That's hilarious. But on a serious note, I think the best way we can protect ourselves is by maintaining fire-resilient landscapes.
I guess, but it's hard to make a landscape resistant to fire when everything around it is dried out and flammable.
True. That's why we should focus on preventive land management practices that reduce the risk of wildfire. We need to focus on creating defensible space and better watersheds that are less susceptible to fire. Sounds like a plan. And maybe a few fireproof raincoats too. Yeah, we should totally look into that. Imagine how fun this would be. Plus, it would be an amazing conversation starter.
Oh, I'm already imagining it. Everyone would be walking around in fireproof raincoats telling everyone how fire-resistant their lawns are.
That would be a funny sight. Yeah, and maybe replace s'mores with something safer, like a veggie dip. Yeah, that would definitely be an interesting take on the classic campfire snack. And wouldn't it be awesome if we could get some long-lasting fire-resistant marshmallows?
That would be amazing. It would revolutionize the entire s'mores culture forever.
I know, right? We could even start hosting fireproof marshmallow roasting competitions. That would be the most intense campfire experience ever. I guess we'd have to come up with some creative ways to extinguish the fire afterwards, though.
We could just submerge the marshmallows in water. No fire that way.
True. But then we'd just have a large sticky mess at the end. I think the best idea would be to use a fire-resistant gel. We could just spray it on top of the marshmallow to smother the fire. Hey, guess what I just heard?
What?
I heard there's this new job opportunity where you get to ski down mountains of mashed potatoes for a living.
No way. That sounds too good to be true. Actually, it's true. I heard that the pay isn't bad either. Now that I think about it, it's a little ridiculous. Who would ever think of such a thing?
I know, right? I guess someone with a real craving for mashed potatoes was desperate enough to create the job.
That's hilarious. I wonder if the job requires any special kind of skills.
Well, I guess you just have to be really good at skiing and eating mashed potatoes.
That sounds like a uniquely odd combination.
Yeah, but it's also an excellent way to get your daily mashed potato serving, plus some adrenaline.
So it's like a ski lift, but better?
Exactly. I mean, who wouldn't want to race down a mountain full of mashed potatoes all while getting a workout?
This is too good to be true. Do you think they could really be hiring?
I sure hope so. I'm imagining what a wild experience that would be, skiing down a mountain of mashed potatoes.
Sounds like an interesting way to spend the day.
Absolutely. No need for a ski resort when you have mashed potatoes around. Hey, do you want to hear the funniest thing I heard today?
Sure, hit me.
Well, I was at the store today, and they just restocked the shelves with fresh avocados, and they were really trying to promote them. So, the manager had this crazy idea of having a guacathon.
What's a guacathon?
It's like a marathon, but you have to eat as many avocados as you can.
That sounds like a dangerous competition.
No kidding. They even had a live DJ playing music and a scoreboard to track how many avocados each competitor had eaten.
Wow, that sounds like an awesome party. Who was the winner?
Believe it or not, the prize went to a 1-year-old baby. I guess he was just naturally born to guac.
That's so cute. Did any of the adult competitors get jealous?
Oh, there were definitely a few sour avocados out there, but everyone was a good sport about it and clapped for the winner.
That's great. Did the store start selling more avocados after the guacathon?
Yeah, they sold out pretty quickly. Like they say, all the guacs gather when there's a guacathon.
Not that I'm aware of. What's going on?
Well, the squirrels had a meeting, and apparently there's been a lot of drama.
Can't be too much drama if they're just squirrels.
Oh no. The gossip is running rampant. It seems a larger branch has been broken off and there's now a right side and a left side in the tree. It's like a political crisis.
I guess that explains why the birds flew away.
Yeah, they got out of there fast because they didn't want to become involved. And then the chipmunks decided that they had to form a union.
With fur and tail versions of the labor laws.
Yeah, something like that. But the funniest thing was when the ants got involved and started working on a plan to help the squirrels. It's like a little mini war zone out there.
Man, that sounds like a scene from a movie. It's like Animal House meets The Godfather.
I know, it's like a furry version of Game of Thrones. I just hope the conflict gets resolved soon because the raccoons are talking about boycotting the peanut store.
That kind of takes the hunger pains away from being funny.
It sure does. Plus, I heard that the possum is getting ready to call a press conference to announce a peace deal, but he's taking an unusually long time.
That doesn't sound good.
No, it doesn't. And it's making the other animals nervous. We'll have to wait and see what happens. Hey, what are you up to?
Just sitting here contemplating some of life's most absurd questions, like why do donuts have holes in the middle?
I've actually asked myself that too. What other absurd questions have you been thinking about?
Well, why don't astronauts float around when they take a spacewalk?
That's an interesting one. Hey, I just heard on the news that the US is sending robonauts to Mars. What do you think about that?
Well, it's a robotic revolution. I mean, if robots can explore outer space, is there anything they can't do?
Who knows? Maybe pretty soon robots will be able to successfully navigate their own way around the grocery store.
If that happens, then maybe grocery stores will become obsolete. After all, why would you bother to go grocery shopping if a robot could do it all for you?
I guess that would simplify things a lot. Although, the competitive shopper in me still prefers to do it myself. It's like a sport.
I hear ya. I always find it such a challenge to fit everything into the trolley and get it all through the checkout before the person in front of me has finished.
Yeah, and don't even get me started on budgeting. There's a certain art to making sure you're not going over budget while still getting everything on the list.
True. It's like a game of strategy, the ultimate grocery store showdown.
Exactly. I wonder if robots can ever learn to be as good at planning and budgeting as human shoppers.
Oh my god, yeah, it's hilarious. The part where he's rapping while dressed as a park ranger is too much. I was literally laughing out loud.
The costume, the choreography, even his signature dance move, it's so Vector.
I know, right? He's such a genius. I mean, who else could make something as genius as a sandwich-making rap-off?
Think about it. If a rapper had to win this rap-off, it would end up with a heated battle between two people making sandwiches.
That's the absolute best part though, when the rapper is stacking tomatoes, cutting the cheese, spreading the mustard and adding lettuce. It's so creative.
It's like nothing I've ever seen before. Plus, if you think about it, it sounds like a real rap battle, just in a different setting.
Absolutely. And I especially like the line where he says, "Yo, it's not easy being cheesy." That's classic Vector.
I know, that lyric got me so hyped up. Not to mention, did you notice how in the background there was a guy making a sandwich totally out of pickles?
Yeah, who does that? It was so out of this world and totally unexpected. It was a great way to end the video.
Definitely. And I mean, who can forget the part where he starts singing about how a diet of carrots and celery will never do the trick and you need sandwiches to survive life?
Haha, so true. Everyone needs a good sandwich every now and then.
Agreed. I am so in love with Vector and his crazy sandwich making skills. Without a doubt, this rap-off is the highlight of the year. Hey, there, have you heard the latest news?
What news?
Apparently, time travel is now possible.
Time travel? How is that even possible?
Apparently someone has developed a new transport system that allows you to travel to any given time just by typing in a few commands.
That sounds way too good to be true.
I know, it sounds like something out of a sci-fi movie, but reports say it is absolutely true.
Wow, so the possibilities are truly endless now.
Indeed. We can go back in time and get to know what life was like hundreds of years ago, or even millions of years into the future.
We could also use it to prevent horrible events from happening or jump ahead and find out who's winning the World Cup in 20 years.
The possibilities are truly endless and exciting. We can even use it to bring back extinct animals.
That would be awesome. We could even bring back dinosaurs and have our own Jurassic Park.
That would be so much fun, but I'm not sure if those animals would coexist peacefully with modern-day humans.
Well, we could always control them with ultrasonic sound waves.
Ultrasonic sound waves? I've never heard of that before, tell me more.
Well, it's a method used to control animals by manipulating their nervous systems with high-frequency sounds outside of the spectrum of human hearing.
That is so incredible. I think it's time to call up Dr. Ian Malcolm and invest in our own dinosaur-controlled amusement park.
Haha, that's a great idea. We could be millionaires in no time.
Hey, there. What do you think is the most hilarious thing a person can do?
That's a tough one. I'd have to go with spontaneously breaking out into a funny dance, like the sprinkler, or maybe the lawnmower. It always puts a smile on my face.
Oh man, I haven't heard those old classics in years.
Well, that's probably because they're so outdated. I mean, it was popular for a hot minute in the 80s, but now there's some new dance moves that I think you'd like.
Like what?
Have you heard of the hot dog?
The what now?
The hot dog. It's when you pretend you're a wiener, complete with mustard and ketchup, and dance around.
That's a unique idea. I'm not sure I'm getting it.
Don't worry, it's pretty easy. I can show you right now. It'll be funnier if we do it together.
Alright, you sure you can teach me?
Of course. It's a piece of cake. All you have to do is stand up, raise one arm above your head, and move with the beat.
That doesn't sound that hard. Alright, I'm ready.
Great. Now on the count of 3, we'll both do the hot dog. 1, 2, 3.
Mimics holding a hot dog and shuffles around.
Alright, that's not too bad. And we can take it up to the next level by adding in a hilarious jingle.
A jingle? What kind of jingle?
Haha, the kind of jingle that goes, wiener, wiener, hot dog, who wants one?
Laughs hysterically. That's so dumb.
I know, right? Let's do it together this time. Okay, 1, 2, 3, wiener, wiener, hot dog, who wants one?
Jumps around and mimes the words while laughing. That was hilarious.
No, I haven't. What's the one?
Well, it's like this. The llama is on vacation in Arizona when he comes across a cactus. He looks at it and says, "What a great way to get around. I wish I had one of those." The cactus looks at the llama and says, "No problem, just take me home and you can have me." The llama agrees and takes the cactus back home with him.
That's hilarious. What happened after that?
Well, the llama is so excited about having his own cactus that he decides to take it out for a ride. The llama and the cactus go everywhere together, from the grocery store to the beach, even to the mall. But then one day, when they were out for a walk, the cactus spotted a tall cactus in the distance.
What happened then?
Well, that tall cactus was the cactus family. The cactus was so overjoyed that it wanted to immediately introduce the llama to its family. So, the llama and the cactus went over to the tall cactus and it said, "Mom, Dad, this is my friend the llama." Needless to say, the cactus parents were a bit taken aback by the llama.
Ha ha ha, that's great. What did they do?
They politely welcomed the llama into their home, but the conversation was a bit awkward. Finally, the father cactus said, "Son, why don't you and your llama friend come for a ride on my spiny back?"
No way. What did they do next?
So the llama hopped on the father cactus back and they started riding around the desert. They went through sand dunes and around cactus gardens until they reached a clearing. There they found a herd of wild llamas, and the llama and the cactus shared a moment of sheer joy.
That's such an amazing story. What did they do after that?
After that, the llama and the cactus spent many more days together, sharing stories and experiences. The llama's vacation was a great success, and a cherished memory for both of them. Ever since then, the llama often thinks about his time with the cactus and smiles.
That's absurd. Are you sure they don't just have really good jumping skills?
Jumping skills? Please. That's way too pedestrian for the majestic elephant. I'm telling you, they can soar through the sky like eagles.
Alright, I believe you. So how does this work? Do they use parachutes?
No parachutes necessary. They can flap their ears with such intensity that they take off and stay aloft for long periods of time.
That's amazing.
It really is. Some folks say they're using a form of yogic meditation.
What? Are they levitating or something?
No, they're using energy and mind power to push off the ground. The experience is said to be incredibly calming.
Well, that definitely beats the usual nose-to-the-ground method of travel, at least for them.
You know it. In fact, some people say that elephants developed the practice after seeing the blockbuster movie Up.
No way. Ha! I love it. What does the elephant version of Up and Away look like?
Well, for starters, they soar up and away from their herd, then try to locate sources of food from the sky. Their eyesight is said to be incredible. And apparently, they also really like to do tricks while they fly, like spinning and loop-the-loops. Hey, buddy, did you hear about the new pet trend that's sweeping the nation?
What kind of pet trend? Not another pet rock revival, I hope.
Nah, this one is much better. It's all about getting a miniature unicorn.
What would anyone do with a miniature unicorn?
Well, you could keep it as a pet, but that's kind of obvious. The more creative uses are for decoration. Just imagine all of the possibilities. It could be the centerpiece of your living room.
That does sound kind of cool. But where would you get a miniature unicorn?
Well, that's the best part. You don't actually have to go out and find one. You can 3D print them at home.
Whoa! That sounds like a great idea. What colors can you choose from?
Oh, lots. There are several color options to choose from, including the traditional white, the mystical lavender, the majestic navy, and the fun and sparkly rainbow unicorn.
I like the sparkly rainbow one the best.
I think so too. Plus, its horn is extra sparkly and its eyes twinkle in the night. It's like a real-life fairy. Hey, I just heard about this new diet called the Snickerdoodle diet.
Really? What kind of diet is that?
Well, it's a really strange one. Basically, you have to eat only Snickerdoodles to lose weight. I know, right? But the ads say you can lose up to 20 pounds in a week by eating Snickerdoodles all day. That's what they're saying. And if that doesn't work, they suggest you add a scoop of ice cream on top of your cookies. Yeah, and if not, you can always go on the old standby diet of celery and iceberg lettuce.
That's true.
Of course, you can always choose to combine the two diets. Snickerdoodles with a side of celery.
That's true. Snicksery.
Yeah, I think that might actually catch on.
Who knows? Maybe it'll be the next big diet fad.
Yeah, only time will tell.
Whoa, that's so ridiculous. Who would ever come up with an idea like that in the first place?
Well, I heard that a bunch of monkeys from a nearby zoo volunteered to be contestants on the show. It kind of makes sense, since they wouldn't have to worry about getting their hands on coconuts. They could just climb up the trees and eat every last one.
That would be a pretty monkeying around, ha ha ha.
I haven't heard anything about that yet. Although I'm sure that a bunch of people will be hanging from the trees just to watch it.
What did you hear?
I heard that scientists are researching a way to clone dinosaurs. Can you believe it?
We can pet a live one.
Exactly. Not to mention the possibilities for theme parks. We can have a Jurassic Park in every state.
That would be awesome. I just hope they don't make the same mistakes as in the movie and let the dinosaurs run amok.
Definitely. Maybe Chris Pratt could come back and revive his role. Ha! That would be hilarious. Maybe they could battle it out in a rap battle or something. Yeah, I'm pretty impressed too. I think this technology would be revolutionary and would totally change the world. Unfortunately, we don't know when they'll get it perfect, so we'll just have to stay tuned and see.
What conspiracy theory? I'm on the edge of my seat.
Well, some people actually think rodents are running the world.
That's ridiculous. Rodents couldn't possibly be capable of such a feat.
Yeah, my thoughts exactly. I mean, have you ever tried settling a dispute between two squirrels? It's like a constant battle for dominance. Perhaps, but they're just too dang tiny to handle the responsibility of ruling the world.
I don't know, some of them seem pretty clever to me. Besides, they've been around a lot longer than humans, so they must know something.